Yes, thank you so much for watching Voices of the Bar, where the legal world speaks. Today, I want to discuss the legal terminologies. And before we discuss this, there is a friend, a colleague, a friend at UCU, uh, Kwagala Kwe. We thank you so much for watching. There is a one Atai Patience. We thank you so much. My friend Emily, we thank you so much. And then there are Bonita, I think Kampala campus, I don't know the country call. Maria, one of the coordinators, Stream C, Kampala campus B. Ambrose, I think Ambrose and Maria are all coordinators. We thank you so much for watching. There's Angel, there is Shireen. Uh, there's someone I'm forgetting, Nasasira. Uh, Everybody in there, we thank you so much for watching Voices of the Bar, where the legal world speaks. Kwagala Kwe, I've done what you requested for. Okay, now we want to discuss some of these terminologies and then we appreciate them. But even before we go there, remember we run two channels, Law School Made Easy and Voices of the Bar. Where you don't find a video on Law School Made Easy, that video should be on Voices of the Bar. So let's now go straight to some of the legal terminologies that you're going to come across and we discuss them, a few of them. We shall pick a few of them. One, what is a court? Court is one of the terminologies. Court. Many of you, I can challenge you before I even mention what court is. What is a court? Think about it. Do you know what a court is? A court. This is the place where proceedings take place. Of course, they involve arbitration with the aim of causing harmony. There's somebody who has been endangered, and then they start a lawsuit, they come to court. Court is that place where legal proceedings take place. Now, court cannot be a house. It's a place anywhere for as long as we are determining an issue for legal proceedings, then that one qualifies to be a court. Then we have something they call a plaintiff. You're going to come across a plaintiff. A plaintiff is somebody who starts a legal action against someone who has wronged them. They start the legal action, they sue someone who has wronged them. And then that someone who has wronged them is the one called the defendant. Defendant, you defend yourself. Somebody who has been sued for causing harm to the other person is the one they call a defendant. Okay? Then we have affidavit. Affidavit. This is some taking oath to be presented as evidence. Okay? That's what called affidavit. And then we have ratio decidendi. When you're reading cases, you come on ratio decidendi. That is the reasoning, the legal reasoning of the judge. The reason the judge gives for giving that judgment is what they call a ratio decidendi. Then there is what they call obiter dictum. Obiter dictum. Obiter dictum. Now, obiter dictum means those are the words said by the judge, but they don't necessarily impact on their decision, but they run around. Look at that obiter of Lord Denning in the case of Far East and Tories versus Far East World something, where is Lord Denning talked about when you are communicating in terms of acceptance, if you are on this side of a river, the other person is the other side, okay? And then you communicate, but there is a sound of an aircraft around there, okay? That would mean now an obiter dictum, that the judge talks about something, but it necessarily does not impact their decision, but they have talked it in line with that case, obiter. Okay, you run around as you go to make a decision. Whereas ratio decidendi, that one directly impacts. Then we are going to come across words like pro se, pro se, pro se. This one means that you represent yourself in your own case per se. You represent yourself in the case. Okay. Then words like habeas corpus. Some of the habeas corpus, habeas corpus, this one means that produce him, whether dead or alive. This is a court order that court gives, that produce that person, whether dead or alive, produce them, bring them out. So if your beloved one maybe has been arrested by police, but you don't know where they are, you go to court and they issue a habeas corpus where they will produce that person, whether dead or alive. Then we have precedents. Okay, precedents. These are determined cases. Now, precedents, you follow decisions of the higher court. Decisions of the higher court. So it's the higher court which sets precedents. For example, you cannot be a magistrate's court and then you say, no. You cannot be a court of appeal and then you say you want to pick a precedent from the lower court. No, it moves up. But you can refer, a judge can refer to a good decision made in a lower court, but cannot rely on it to make a decision. They can refer, appreciate that decision, but they'll make their decision. So precedents, they are precedents set by the higher court and then you follow them. The lower court follow precedents. Precedents made at Supreme Court are followed by all courts. Like that, like that, like that. Then some of the words which we want to come across. Let me check a few words here. Yes. Bail. Bail. Look at Article 23.6, talks about bail. But the temporary release from custody. You have been arrested and then they get you off, or they give you temporary release out of custody. Contract. Contract. An agreement enforceable by law. Jurisdiction. Jurisdiction. Jurisdiction now is, I mean, the court's authority over a case. For example, if you are in Mukono and you do certain cases in Mukono, offenses in Mukono, you cannot run to Mbarara district because the Mbarara court has no jurisdiction over that matter. That's why at police they ask you, where did you give him the money from? You say, I was in Chukoza, Mukono. They tell you, okay, you go to Mukono police. I was at Buguju. They tell you now you go to this police because they want to establish, does that area has jurisdiction? Does that court has jurisdiction? Then appeal. You come across appeals. Appeals. This is when you ask a higher court to review a decision of a lower court. You ask a higher court to review a decision of a lower court is what we mean by appeals. Then we have testimony. Testimony. These are statements made under oath. Statement made under oath. Then we have statute. Statutes. These are laws made by Parliament, which you call acts of Parliament. When we discuss the sources of the law, We shall come across some of these things. Okay. Then we have subpoena, a court ordering someone to testify or produce evidence. Subpoena, SUBPOENA. A court orders you to go and produce evidence, to bring evidence, is what we call subpoena. Then we have, there are many, probate, those are we shall discuss in family law. You may not need them now. Yeah, those are some of the words that you're going to come across. Then void, void means it is wrong from the start. Void ab initio, or ab initio, which means from the start. You say void ab initio, meaning that you entered that contract from the start, it was a wrong contract. Ab initio means from the start. Then voidable, voidable means you have a chance to either electrify or cancel. For example, if I allow you to enter into a contract which is there's a lot of fraud, so when you find out, it is either you say we continue or you end it. Voidable, it is at your own, it is at your will to either rectify or you end the contract, is what we mean by voidable. Then I'm looking out for those words, especially first year. Then complainant, the initial written statement by a plaintiff detailing claims against a defendant. Okay. Then we have, of course, conviction. Conviction, a formal declaration that someone is guilty. When we say conviction, we are court has declared that you are guilty, and then you're convicted. Of course, now you discuss acquittal. When the court declares that you are innocent, there is nothing like a thing you have done. Then look at cause of action, the legal basis to start a lawsuit. What is the legal basis? Is what they would say cause of action. Then we have contempt of court, disobeying and disrespecting orders of court. Okay, that's what we call contempt of court. You disregard the orders of court either during or even court orders. Then that way, what you've done is what they call contempt of court. So basically, those are the few words we can pick for you to discuss and appreciate. But subscribe, share, and keep liking our videos. Until next time, thank you so much.